Hello, my name is Holly Howarth. Thank you so much for allowing me to participate in stage 2 of the VESTA interview process. Let's get started. Do I have a big or small family? Describe them. I come from a small family. I have my father and his wonderful wife Sherry. I have a brother who's a year older than me, and he works as a social worker to help organize shelters in my hometown region for at-risk youth. I'm so proud of the work he does. And I have my sister. She's a year younger. We're best friends, and she's an artist. I have a brother and sister. They live overseas. My brother is in London. His name is Liam, and his sister Cynthia is his fraternal twin, and she's in Spain. So we're very close. We're scattered all about, but we definitely make time for each other, and we talk almost every day. So I'm very blessed to have siblings close to my age with common interests that I get along with so well. We moved around a lot as kids, so I've been to about 20 different public schools. I found that this was very helpful for me in my adult life because I make friends easily, and I found it's really helped me adapt to change, and that's always a benefit. Do I have any pets? I don't have any pets that reside with me. It just wouldn't be a good idea with the long hours that I work. I wouldn't be able to care for a pet properly. However, I do have a wonderful golden retriever named Jethro at my dad's house, and we've had him since he was a puppy. He's getting a little bit older now. He's a big lug. He loves love, and he loves food, and he's just the bestest dog, and we're so happy to have him. Run through the jobs you've had and the one that you've enjoyed most. So most recently, I have been bartending. I really enjoyed bartending with a hotel called Windsor Arms in downtown Toronto. I felt that came really naturally to me, basically because it's just talking to people and getting to know them, and there's a lot of, chit chat at a bar, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. The people I worked with were amazing as well. They were from all over the world, so I got to hear about the other countries they lived in or worked in, the resorts and cruise ships. Really set up a calling for me to find a job where I could do the same thing and travel and work and meet people. And also the guests were from all over, so I think this was just a really great job for opening my mind to exploring more outside of Canada. Previous to that, I have a sales and fundraising background, so I worked with an organization named Public Outreach, and we fundraised for Sick Kids Hospital. I found this to be a very fulfilling job because I attended Sick Kids Hospital. I was born 4 pounds with underdeveloped lungs, and I'm so healthy today, and I'm so grateful. I was in and out of the hospital for years, and they do so much great research and so much good work that I couldn't ask for a better job. I canvassed at mall kiosks. We would have different locations through the city that we would set up. We would engage people in conversations and tell them about all the wonderful work that Sick Kids Hospital does and involve them in monthly donations. And the reason why they chose monthly donations is so that the hospitals could have an understanding of how much money was coming in every month, and they could budget for things like research and things like that. A few years after that, I used that same passion and drive working with Sun Life Financial, and I worked as an advisor. I worked mostly with families, so I would help make families plan. So if anything was to happen, I would be there to make sure that any holes in their plan were covered. So health, life, and wealth, they were all set in case any unexpected events happened. I grew my client base myself, so I brought it up off the ground. My first client I ever booked was from a cold call. I used to cold call when I started my business at least 4 hours a day, including weekends. It was a great way to reach people that I wouldn't otherwise reach, and to do the things that you need to do. Sometimes you just gotta call people on the phone, see if they want to talk. But I found that, moving as a kid and everything so much, it makes it really easy for me to talk to people. So I definitely felt like I had an advantage that way. I'd sit down with their families, make a financial plan with them, do annual reviews with them, or even 6-month reviews, whatever worked for them. So I'd stay in contact with them. I really enjoyed that job, and it really taught me to stand on my own 2 feet. It was 100% commission based, so it was really up to me to produce, and that taught me a whole new level of work ethic. I'm a very hard worker and very persistent, and I enjoy a competitive friendly competitive atmosphere amongst peers. I find that's really drives me. Yeah, so let's see here, what's next? Have you traveled overseas before? Where and why? I have traveled overseas to visit my brother in the UK. I've also been to Mexico, Dominican Republic, and Cuba a few times. My favorite part about the job is my favorite part about traveling is always giving back to people. So we're enjoying their beautiful land and their beautiful country. I go with a full suitcase of things like school supplies, feminine hygiene products, or whatever they ask for. If I go back again, I bring for them. They usually ask for jeans and things like that. Just anything that can help them, and I come back home with an empty suitcase, and that's my favorite part. I also have met people on vacation, locals, who have invited me over for dinner, who have gotten in the ocean and swam and gotten lobsters for us to have fresh lobsters for dinner, which is fantastic. Things that we can never do here in Canada. So yeah, I'm just really grateful for those experiences and looking forward to having more traveling experiences and meeting new people in that regard. What is a fun fact about myself? I grew up on a farm with chickens and goats and cows. We had a huge garden. We're a hobby farm but self-sustaining, so we would milk the cows by hand. We would milk the goats by hand. We'd make our own cheese by hand. We'd tap our own trees to boil it down to make maple syrup. It was such an amazing experience. When I was a kid and I'd go to school, I would look at other kids on pizza day and hot dog day, and I'd be there with my trail mix, and I'd feel a little left out at the time. But now looking back, I really am so thankful that I got to see where food comes from, how to grow it. I have just a different understanding than I would otherwise, and I'm very grateful for that. Tell us about a challenge that you faced and how you dealt with it. I did struggle to answer this question at first because I am so thankful that I don't have a lot of conflicts that could come to mind, and that's something to be really grateful for. However, there are everyday things that happen with families and people. For instance, this Christmas, my family had a really hard time with their schedules. So some of my family members were moving houses, some are transitioning into different jobs or different shifts at work, and it's hard to get everybody from different places in one place at the same time, especially with all these different transitions going on. So I decided to volunteer to host Christmas this year and, take the edge off of everybody else. And it was my first time doing so, and I really enjoyed it. It worked out really well. And I think sometimes with conflict resolution, it's just understanding where other people are coming from and doing your part to see if you can make it a little bit easier for the person, maintaining boundaries and still helping. So knowing what you can give, how much you can give, and then giving within your own means. Why do I want this role, and what experience and value can I bring to the organization? The role of global promoter sounds like everything that I'm looking for in a job. I want to commit my time to making the world a better place and working with people who have a like-minded intention. I want to make a positive impact on a global scale, and I would love the opportunity to wake up every day and know that I'm helping doing that for people. Also getting students involved and the amazing work that the students and the volunteers do within the communities that they help. It's such an amazing organization. My fundraising and sales experience would be beneficial for this role. It's taught me how to communicate effectively with diverse groups and maintain a positive attitude in the face of adversity. I am very self-reliant, self-motivated. When I'm passionate about something, I am so driven. I am so persistent when it comes to reaching goals. And I would love to apply those skills to a global promoter role within VESA. I thank you so much for your time. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I hope I hear from you and proceed on to the next stage. So thank you so much again. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and talk to you soon. Thank you.